This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Nick George.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a good mortgage person? Well, one might be closer than you think. Today, I have the great pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Kimberly Mashek, with NEXA Mortgage. Kimberly, how's it going?
Good. How are you today?
Good. Tell us all about your mortgage business.
Well, I am a mortgage broker, so a lot of people don't know what that means. But basically what that means is I can shop out the deals for you. So get you the best deal possible, no matter what the situation is. I have over 250 lenders to shop out. So, if you get denied somewhere, maybe you started somewhere else, always hit me up, but come to me first. I'd prefer that. But I'm available all the time. As a mortgage broker, I'm not a 9 to 5. I'm not like your typical banks. So I'm available evenings and weekends when a lot of people are typically shopping, and I do answer my phone. So I've been hearing a lot of times lately that people aren't getting calls back from their lender or their broker or whatever. And I find that crazy. So if you want somebody who's got your back, come to me.
How did you end up here? How did you become a mortgage broker in the first place? Where'd you start?
Long story short, my background is accounting. So I was an accountant for 18 years approximately. And I kind of was just getting burnt out on it. And so I was talking to my friend at one point who owns his own business in mortgage. And he was talking to me about it and kind of convinced me to sign up or take a look at it at least. And so I did. I was planning on making it a part-time gig. This was during COVID 2020. So I was like, I could use something else in my life. And so long story short, I was planning to move over to a brewery and do operations or finance there. And during COVID, of course, all that changed. And so they alternated what they were looking for and kind of internally hired that position, which was great. I passed my test to do this and got laid off my job the very next week. So the part-time position kind of turned into full-time, and I've loved it ever since. My personality is not a behind the desk type person. I'm very much people oriented, and I love helping people. So this kind of fell into my lap at the right time. I wish sooner, to be honest. And here we are.
Well, you have a great attitude for jumping into the industry at a time that was not its bright spot, right? As far as interest rates. So you cut your teeth on learning all of this at a time that wasn't an easy time for mortgage brokers.
Well, it actually was super easy because interest rates were in the 2s and 3s and people were buying and refining like crazy. So I got thrown into the fire pretty much.
Oh, okay. I thought that you started after those good times were over.
Nope, I started right in the middle of it all, which was great. It kind of taught me what busy can be and what it can look like.
Right. What are some myths or misconceptions in your industry?
I would say that it's hard to get into a mortgage and that we always know what the interest rates are. I wish I knew what the interest rates were going to be in a couple weeks because I get that question all the time. And I love that question. But if I knew that answer, I probably would not be doing this role. I'd be a millionaire. And then hard to get into. It's really not. If you have the right person, to kind of hold your hand, walk you through it, which is kind of my favorite part, is explaining everything to people, which I maybe get a little too in the weeds with my explanation, but I always like my clients to have all the information and know everything about what they're getting into prior, even if I have to repeat it 20 times. I don't care. I like having that knowledge with my client, and however much they want to grasp on or hold on to is fine. But I think the misconception, the biggest one, is that it's hard to get into, and there's a lot of paperwork and there's all this stuff that comes into it. But our applications and whatnot are all online. You can upload documents directly at the end or to a Google Drive or however you prefer. And the hard part's on me. It shouldn't be on you. So
What about from the customer's perspective? What are some concerns that you dispel that customers have before they ever get to talk to you about calling a mortgage person?
Well, I think a couple big ones are I just graduated from college. I don't have a job yet. I can't get qualified for anything. And that's completely opposite. Your student career, like your 4-6 years, however long it took, actually counts towards your 2 years history of work if you're in fact going into that same career. Another thing is, I declared bankruptcy, or I just started a new job, or my FICO score is too low. We can go down to a 550 in some cases, 580 in a lot of others. And I'm actually talking to somebody right now for a down payment assistance loan at a 580. So don't think that you can't, I guess. The biggest thing I would say to people is just call, whether it's me or somebody else that you may know, call and ask, because you never know. And even if you can't get approved right now, we can help get you on the right path. Whether that's paying down certain debts, which a lot of people think they have to pay everything completely off. Sometimes that's not the case. So give me or someone a call and just see where you're at. You never know.
We know that marketing is the heart of every business. And we also know that in your business, sometimes we just have to call leads that we get. But are you marketing yourself actively outside of the lead process? And how are you doing that now? And who is your target client, your target demographic?
I probably could do better marketing myself. I'm not one that likes to do selfies and videos a whole lot, but I've gotten better with that on my YouTube channel and whatnot. I don't typically market to anyone specific. I don't like to put myself in a box, because we can do so many different products and programs that I don't like to hinder that in the fact of I don't want people to think I just do that. So I help first-time home buyers. I help veterans. I help people in rural areas. I help people looking to actually build, because we have one-time close, which includes construction. So reverse. I mean, we have it all. So I don't really like to market to a specific person. When I do my posts and stuff on social, I usually am all over the place with it in a sense of what I offer. So again, if there's a need for a mortgage loan or even commercial, I do commercial as well. Just reach out and ask, because you never know.
Oh, you do commercial as well. That's good.
Yeah, not many mortgage brokers can, but I have the ability here at NEXA to be able to do that. So,
and for those of you that don't know, NEXA is spelled NEXA. Yes, he's got the shirt on.
So, it's backwards in here, but
Kim, have you ever thought about doing your own podcast?
I haven't. Like I said, I started YouTube channel, which unfortunately I haven't been as consistent as I would like to, with just information, educational stuff about different programs and how you can get yourself to that approval stage, and things of that nature that I try to post every other week. I'm not super great at being consistent with it lately, but yeah, podcasts I haven't. I have a hard time thinking of what to say sometimes and where to start. So
no, that's the beauty.
I'm guessing
of it.
once you, yeah, it's like I'm guessing once you start it, then maybe you get people asking questions, which then leads to the next sort of thing. So I should consider that a little bit more.
What do you do for fun?
Oh boy, anything outside. That's why I'm not looking forward to this colder weather. I like to golf. Sand volleyball is huge part of our life. Patio, breweries. I'm pretty active, so I like to trail run and hike and all of those things. I've started getting back into the volunteer realm. So yeah, Good. Just anything outdoors you could find me doing, probably.
Kim, what is one major takeaway that people should remember about our podcast today regarding you and NEXA?
Well, I would just say that I am always available for you. I know I'm not supposed to say that. People are always like, don't ever say that. Don't pick up your phone after a certain time. But unfortunately, I've answered calls at 9:30 at night before, because that's when people are off work or trying to look into this sort of stuff. And then also just don't think that you can't do it, because I've talked to quite a few of my leads who are kind of pushing me off, saying I can't do it right now. And I'm like, why? If you don't mind me asking why. And they'll tell me. And, one of them was credit score. They thought that they were too low. And the other one is like, well, I got denied by a bank, so I can't do it. And I was like, well, they can't do what I can do. So let's take a look. So, if you're looking to buy and, think maybe you can't, just give me a call and we can chat about it. And maybe you're right. Maybe you have to wait a little bit, but maybe you aren't right and you can get into a house sooner than you think.
Kim, what are all of the ways that people can learn about and get in touch with you on social media, website, and the old-fashioned way?
Well, I definitely have all the socials, Insta, Facebook, all that. I have a Facebook page as well called Mash Mortgage Pros. So they can get on there and learn a few things. There's some Q&A on there. There's a calendar link where you can set up a time with me, but I don't require that. If you've got questions, reach out, text me, email me, call me. If I'm not available, I'm very quick to call you back as soon as I have a free chance. So,
and what's a good phone number?
308-249-6441. Nebraska number. That's where I was born and raised. And by the way, I am licensed in states other than Colorado. I'm also in Wyoming, Nebraska, Florida, and Texas. So, if you've got friends and family in those areas that are looking as well, I would love to help them.
And guys, the last name Mashek is that can't see this on video, is spelled Mashek. And Kim, we really appreciate you being on the show, and we wish you and NEXA Mortgage the very best moving forward.
Well, I appreciate you having me on here today. Thank you so much. It was great to be on and chat with you a little bit.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfortcollins.com. That's gnpfortcollins.com. Or call 970-4